We can move on to 7.2, consideration of composition and activation of the Food Policy Council, and this is Supervisor Spatier.
So there's not much to say that's not on the memo. We spoke about this a few weeks ago of creating this committee. This committee would be led by Blue Zones to create a Lake County food production program. Talked about revitalizing the Food Policy Council, and this is the proposed composition. So 2 Lake County farmers, local distribution, which I would suspect would only be NCO Food Hub, a grocery store, place of education, such as a school using school cafeterias, food bank, want to make sure to invite them, hospital, Lake County Farmers Market, Red Cross, and a Board of Supervisor, and I believe total is 11. It does seem like a large group, but I want to make sure that we have all of the potential actors that deal with food and food production.
And Blue Zones is facilitating?
Yes.
Okay. Looks like
And
a
I'm
good
sorry.
list.
I meant to, I thought I added 2 more.
Yeah, I counted 9.
So 9, I meant 11. I don't know how this ended up being the previous list. I'd like to have the Lake County Farm Bureau and our Ag Commissioner involved in this as well.
Okay.
I don't know how that slipped out of the final. Didn't even notice until just now. I know it was supposed to be 11.
11 agencies or
11 different members.
And how often do you want to have the meetings? Are they monthly or quarterly or what?
I would suggest a monthly, and that I hope that within, I think I put in there that within the next 6 months that we come back. No, it's not on there. I would hope that we come back by the end of December with a policy to present to the board to see if that's something that would be acceptable.
Okay, Supervisor Green?
Yeah, and I appreciate Blue Zone stepping up. But question, if we're working on forming policy and bringing it back to the board, is this council going to be a Brown Act body?
Yes, I would suspect so.
Yes.
And then, of course, anything that is created that would go through the vetting process prior to going to the board, that would be going through county council if there's any need to go through that that avenue, but making sure that whatever comes to the board has gone through its full process and not just a policy creating committee.
Okay, so then you want to open this up for applicants,
Yes.
and so maybe get started by July, or when do you want to bring, okay.
Yeah, I'd say open it up as of tomorrow if it would be approved today. Give it 2 weeks to get all the applications, and then by the end of June, getting them approved.
Supervisor Crandall?
Stephen had something, so I was just raising my.
So quick question, on the memo, we actually see 10 different possible council members, so if you add 2, it'd be 12, because at Lake County Farmer, there's 2 times 2.
Oh, I counted the wrong one.
What is going on at this?
Just so there's clarification.
Hold on. I'm slightly embarrassed here.
You want to look at the summary?
No, I'm looking at what I sent last this way. That way I know that it's the last email I sent.
I know how you feel. It happened to me at Blue.
Ah,
last
that's-
week.
Well, if it's a math question, I have a suggestion that we could double up on the food bank, just because we have 2. So we have 2 farmers. If we did 2 food banks, that would get you to 11? 13?
Because you added 2, so it's 12 technically right now.
I'm going to suggest 12. I think my 11 was without a Board of Supervisor, but I think I would like to continue having a Board of Supervisor on there. And I know that it's an even number, but I think it's up to the board to make the final decision in the long run rather than the policy. And I want to make sure, again, that all groups are represented in the conversation. So it would be 2 farmers, local distribution, grocery store, education, food bank, hospital, farmers market, Red Cross, Board of Supervisor, Ag Commissioner, Farm Bureau, and that's the 12.
Okay. Vice Chair Simon?
I didn't do the fingers correctly, but ignore that.
Yeah, I will throw it out there. You have the 7 local tribes here locally in the county that are run restaurants, going to be adding other stores here locally, I know, other things, food production. So anyway, you can make it 13.
You
and do
continued
one
my
seat per
embarrassment.
tribe. There you go. Sorry.
I don't know what happened to the list. This is bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 11 and 12 would be the Farm Bureau and the Ag Commissioner, and 13 would be tribal. Absolutely. We talked about acorns and looking at historical sustainability of food, and that to me is a part of any food production policy that we need to look at moving into the future. Can't ignore that. So we talked about it last time, and thank you for bringing it up. Can't miss that one.
Okay, I will open it up for the public. Anyone in the chambers or in the Zoom room? Not seeing anyone. Okay, bring it back for action.
Madam Chair, with the 13 members of the composition of the Food Policy Council as described in our conversation, I move to approve the creation of the Food Policy Council.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, great. And